Right, well, it's that time of year that we start thinking about what we're going to grow down the allotment. One of those things is spuds. There they are. Nothing too complex. So I've got two lots, whites and reds, Maris Pear and Desi Reed. We usually grow whites and reds. We don't grow as many as we used to. We used to have rows and rows of them on the allotment, but we don't so much now. So the first thing to do is chit them. Now if you've never grown spuds before, it's quite simple. One of the easiest ways to do it is get an egg box. And you get your spud. There it is. And you can see these have already started to grow eyes, but usually you put the end with the most eyes pointing up. So you put it in your egg box, done. I've perhaps left these a little too long. So it's usually the blunt end up, and that's it. That's why we chit them. So you can see here that there are eyes on the blunt end, but let's put them out there. So I will put that one that way up, and you just do that all the way around. In your egg box, once I've done them all, I'll put them upstairs. I'll say upstairs, I'll put them on the stairs until these little sprouts, until they get a fair bit longer, and then they'll go down the allotment in the ground. And that's that really. That is how to chit potatoes. As to why, well, there are arguments as to whether it actually makes any difference or not. I've tried both ways, just putting them straight in the ground like that and chitting them, and had pretty much the same results. Although some people say that if you chit them you'll actually get a slightly better yield, so you'll get more spuds. But and I guess tradition has a lot to do with it as well. So people think, well, the tradition is to get your spuds, chit them. So like I said, I'll put ours on our stairs, which are kind of in the middle of the house, so they're a constant temperature and they get a fair amount of light. And I found that it's probably the best place we've got in the house for chitting potatoes. And these will go out in, what are we in now, February, so we'll start thinking about putting these out end of March sometime, or possibly as late as May, and then we'll be harvesting them June, July time. And that's that really. So if you've never done it before it's easy. Get your spud, get an egg box, and that's it, done. And that's basically how you chip potatoes. Alright, thanks for watching. It's just a bit of an update for the last video. So these spuds, these are the ones I was chitting, or started off chitting. These spuds have been chitting now for about 3 weeks or so. And you can see they've got quite a lot of shoots on them, and they're all pretty much at a similar stage. So these are almost ready for going down the allotment, which will be probably in another week or two by the time I get it sorted out. Although we already know where we're growing them for this year. So that's it really. That's our spuds chitting away quite happily. And on a side thing, these are spuds we had left over from last year's crops. Obviously if you've ever left spuds wherever you keep them, eventually they'll start to grow shoots. So what we thought we'd do with these is put them in the ground down the allotment. We'll section it off so we can tell which ones are which, and we'll see how they do compared to the seed potatoes. just as a bit of an experiment really. If we get an extra few spuds, then so be it. If not, then we haven't really wasted any ground to it, because there's only a row or two of spuds there. So that's this year's spuds chitted. You're doing quite well. Some nice shoots coming on them, and they're about, I don't know, 1.5 centimetres long, which is what I think is the standard length for the shoots on them, ready for planting out. And if you look carefully, you can even see leaves starting to form. So what will happen is these will go in the ground, and then we'll start earthing them up. And then in a couple of months' time, I'll start thinking about harvesting them. The weather's still quite cold at the moment, this end of the world, so I think putting them out now probably wouldn't be a good idea. As I said, I'll wait until closer to the end of March, and then we'll harvest probably July time, I would think. There we go. So, there's this year's spud crop, almost ready. Alright, thanks for watching.